Hello everyone, this is me Karam Khurana. Namaskar, Adab, Sat Shri Akal. I welcome you all to an amazing podcast series of ITC Infotech, Blue Wave. This is an amazing platform wherein we get to know about our key leaders, about their personal life, and what do they do apart from work. So today, let me present you to a man of golden heart and precious words, none other than Bharath Krishnaswamy. Here is the man of the hour. Hi Bharath, thank you so much for joining in. How are you doing?
Thank you, Karam. Doing very well. How are you?
Very well, thank you so much Bharath. Where are you sitting right now?
I'm actually sitting in a lake close to my home. I thought, given the informal nature of this chat, I thought it's good to have an informal surrounding. And thank you so much for having me on this program.
I just want to thank you for sparing out your precious time in today. I had some quick questions, and a lot of people from the management had sent me some questions, and they really wanted to get the insights from you through this podcast, which is Blue Wave. So I just wanted to ask, it's been like over 6 months since you joined ITC Infotech, and I've seen tremendous changes since then. What attracted you to join us, and how has the journey been so far?
Yeah, great question, Karam. So I think it's been about 6 months, and obviously, when I was first reached out to look at this opportunity, I was not looking out for a change. But what attracted me to the company was obviously the iconic brand of ITC, right? It's a cherished brand. Like growing up in India, whether it is the food categories or the hotels, it's always a cherished brand to work with. So that was a big draw. Then, of course, spent time talking to our senior leadership, and what struck me was the extreme focus and the sense of ownership this company had. And of course, talking to chairman, vice chairman, and it struck me that how invested they are in the growth of ITC Infotech. And here's a company that had a very strong business ethics, a wonderful brand, and great set of leaders who have also come in. So I saw the opportunity to do something very interesting. So that was what I would say the key elements were. Very strong brand, which I think a lot of us don't realize. It's a very, very strong brand. More importantly, what I see is the customer-centric, shall we say, DNA that we have, right? We are very customer-centric, we are nimble, we are agile. And often in my other stints with other companies, I've found that we get bogged down with bureaucracy. They might be much larger companies, but they get bogged down with bureaucracy and, shall we say, process and things like that. And this is a company. So that was what I would say was one of those key things that attracted me to join ITC Infotech.
Well, I'm blessed that you actually took that option and that chance that came across your way, because that's how we got blessed to have a leader like yourself. And since me working in your team, I'm really blessed to have you as my leader. So thank you so much that you took that opportunity. And just to ask you, when it comes to your career, do you mind sharing maybe a quick journey about your career and some key milestones that came your way?
I'd love to, Karam. So firstly, again, I had a very unconventional start to IT. I did my MBA in India, and then I got into American Express in the cards division. So it was a purely sales guy. I've been a sales guy from day one. And, basically got into American cards, and those days, it was great to work for a foreign bank, right? How it was those days. But then I slowly gravitated towards IT operation, and then I got picked up by Satyam Computers in the early 2000s to move to the US. So I was moved to the US by Satyam Computers those days without, I would say, not much of IT experience, more on I would say more of a subsidiary kind of experience, but I didn't have direct experience. But I moved here to do business development back in the 2000s. It was a tough time because outsourcing was not very mature. There was an anti-outsourcing wave going on, and being an Indian company, we had a lot of issues. But that stint, I think, gave me a lot of grounding. It taught me a lot of rough lessons. I walked the streets of New York, Washington, DC, and several other cities trying to get business. It was tough, but there was a lot of key learnings. I think that stint where you're trying to kind of win business with very tough macro factors really kind of toughened my resolve to do well. And that's how I started into IT, almost by accident. I got picked up by Satyam from American Express, came to the US, and then kind of built my career from then on. Started to manage some large accounts. Passion is to really kind of build businesses, turn around businesses that are kind of in flat or declining trajectory, and more importantly, use a very customer focused approach, right? And that's been something that I would say has helped me in my journey.
That's really amazing. Good to hear that. And I really, when I see about your journey, your leadership skills so far, I'm sure that you've been trained in such a way that today you are a trainer to all the trainers. So, I mean, nothing above that. And having said that, I personally, being a part of your team, especially myself, I've seen that you have a very cool and collected nature, an ability to create a very positive environment. So how do you really do that? What really motivates you to do that?
Well, Karam, I think one thing we got to understand is our technology is there. It's still a very people-oriented organization, people-oriented industry, right? And we work with people, and it's very important to tell your team that there is a particular mission that we are after, right? So when I took over, and thanks to Sudeep, got this opportunity, our CEO, and he made it very clear that look, his plans are crystal clear, that he wants to make America's a significant part of ITCI's revenue, right? And he was very transparent in terms of the challenges that we have. We've had some good years, some not so good years in the geo. But I think at the end of the day, it was all about bringing the team together, having that sense of belief, self-belief, and I think a positive mindset always helps, right? So I think that for me that was very important to create that mission leadership style where we have a strong mission, and all of us believe in that mission of growing this geography. And like I said, we've got some wonderful set of customers. We've got all the ingredients to grow. For me, I always believe that it's important to keep the energy levels positive and see the good parts. And there are, of course, when things get tough, one has to take tough calls. So that whole theme, the theme of us working hard together and growing together is very important.
I've asked you a lot about your journey, your career and everything. Let me ask you about your personal life and your family. And trust me, when I ask you about your family, I will not tell anyone that your marriage to a celebrity was working for South Indian films. You may choose or not to share. That's fine. If you can quickly tell me about your family.
Yeah, thanks, Karan. Happy to. Obviously, married with 2 kids. One boy is 24, and then the younger guy is 13. My wife used to be a film actress in the South Indian movies. She's done about 80 movies, mainly in Malayalam. Again, she started very young. And she often jokes that you're the actor in the house because you're from sales and you're always acting. So yeah, that's how it happened. It's been about almost 24 years since I'm married.
I mean, many of the youngsters like myself out here, I mean, we would really ask you offline that what was the sales pitch that you used to get an actress in your life?
Like in any sales pitch, you got to highlight the good points and hide the not so good points, and that's how I did. That's how she fell for it. Thank you so much for asking about my family, and that's how it is.
And that's great to know. Actually, it's great to know and unwind a lot of kuch unkahi baatein from your side. These are all kuch unkahi, kuch unsuni baatein. So just wanted to let everybody know about that, and I just want to ask you that. How does the future looks like, and what are your strategies to build a business like ITC Infotech and take us to $1 billion orbit? If you can add some light to it.
No, absolutely. No, I think we've got a very strong chance, and again, we've got a great set of leaders, not just at Sudeep Manas's level, but of course the new set of leaders who joined us from various companies, right? And all of us have joined here with a mission to truly transform this company. We've got the right platform. And what strikes me is the positive feedback we get from our customers, right? So today, I'm sure all of you know, right? We're doing some very cool work, whether it is managing all of Marriott's property management systems or building some very cool banking applications. Huge partnership where we're almost like their extended IT arm. Great relationship. So if you look at the kind of cross section of customers we have and the kind of work we're doing, so we're doing some very cutting edge work at Lululemon, which is one of our fastest growing accounts in the US. I think we're doing some phenomenal work on digital engineering, some very, very cutting edge work, right? And we're doing some excellent work, and the feedback from customers has been very positive. So that what encourages me that we have a great future in this company.
Bharath, today it was an amazing interaction with you, and I really want to thank you once again for your precious time in today. I look forward to working with you in upcoming successes and journeys so far, and thank you so much for your time in today.
Yeah, thank you, Karam. It was a pleasure as always, and thank you to the marketing team as well for setting this up. Happy to contribute in any way, and like I said, this company has a great future. I would end by saying we have to take 2 O's. One is sense of ownership, and second is outcome based.
True that. Thank you so much, Bharath. And I really want to thank everyone watching this podcast. This is me, Karam Khurana. I will be back with another episode with another key leader like Bharath the next time. Until then, take care. Ciao.